Hi, it's Leeann with Leeann and Michelle, and it's time for Volume 2 of our Enneagram collection. Today, we're going to be taking a look at everybody's favorite observer and investigator. Of course, I'm talking about the Enneagram 5. Let's follow the 5 through some important days on the calendar year, starting with Valentine's Day and ending with some really bad holiday gifts in December. And make sure you stay tuned to the end so that you can hear why I make some of the acting choices that I do for the Type 5. If you're new here, consider subscribing. We would love to have you stick around for some more funny Enneagram content. Thanks for watching.
Well, to be honest with you, Valentine's Day is not my favorite holiday for a number of reasons. It has roots, of course, as everybody knows, in the Roman festival of Lupercalia, which was held in mid-February. And of course, it included fertility rites and the pairing off of women with men by lottery. I mean, it was quite barbaric. And it wasn't until the 5th century, I believe, as everybody knows, that Pope Gelasius replaced it with what we now call St. Valentine's Day. But since, the contemporary Valentine's Day holiday is widely accepted as a way to celebrate love and affection, I guess what I would like is for breakfast, lunch, and dinner to be delivered to me via courier. And I would not like to leave the confines of my living room for the entire day. Netflix and chill Valentine's edition.
What do I want for Mother's Day? Oh, you're looking at it. Yeah, I don't want to move. I'm going to stay here. Are you still here? Oh, no, I don't care where you go. Go to the zoo, go to the mall, go to the Grand Canyon. Just not here, How do I want to spend my summer? Inside, windows drawn, blackout shades. No one comes in, no one goes out. Summer.
I spoiled myself and I went on a little bit of a research bender. I have slept about 2 hours a night for the last 10 nights, but I think I have found an educational philosophy that will sustain the tone and tenor of our classroom for the next 8 to 10 weeks. I studied over 30 educational philosophies during that time just to simply compare and contrast them, including Charlotte Mason, the classical approach, the Montessori method, Waldorf, unschooling, road schooling, world schooling, traditional schooling, eclectic schooling. I'll tell you which method I think is best, but it would take a long time to explain, so I think I'll just keep that information to myself. I will say this though, 1 word, 4 letters. STEM. It's going to be lit. I also watched about 100 hours on YouTube of day in the life homeschool videos. I was just hoping that if I watched internet strangers homeschool for long enough that I would work up the courage to do it myself. I mean, eventually I have to feel ready, right? Right?
Look, I'm very sorry that Aunt Susan had a house fire, but is it really necessary to have Thanksgiving here at my home?
I don't think you can start too early teaching them about the Cuban embargo.
I told my family I just wanted to go to a coffee shop and read for 1 hour. That was the only Christmas gift I asked for, the only thing I mentioned. Just 1 hour. Just wanted to be by myself, getting some coffee, reading. Instead, my family decided to gift me a New Year's trip to Las Vegas with VIP passes to a club called Extreme. The next. I can't wait. I totally love my Aunt Marge, but every year she gives me the same thing. She goes to the dollar store, fills up a bag full of bric-a-brac, and calls it Aunt Marge's Fun Sack. This year I got a Slinky, a butterfly maze with a ball that you have to get from one end to the other, a paddleball racket, a small pouch of Bisquick, some truly terrifying lotion, a teasing comb that broke, some votive candles for the 4th of July, and a greeting card for my quinceañera.
I got a 5-wing. I do. And that comes out in my manic love of documentaries, my strong skew toward minimalism, and my internal, the way that I think that I'll never be ready to do the next thing. Like I feel like I've never mastered something enough to really put it out there. Saying, let me think about that and get back to you. I say this a lot to Michelle. She'll be like, just throw some ideas out at me. Just like, give me some. And I'm like, oh, I don't have any good ideas. And then I'll rattle off like a couple of ideas that I work on. And I'm like, but they're still not good enough. And Michelle will be like, those are great. Let's use them. So that's where I see my 5-wing the loudest. My desire to incubate an idea and perfect and master it before I let it loose, my need for quiet, and my high levels of introversion. I'm not going to say that quarantine has been a delight, but I don't hate it. As far as the 5's actual like character choice, I choose to keep her very monotone and very flat, and she speaks very quickly because a lot of the 5's in my life are just full of information, and it's like you just push their trigger button, like you just say the topic like minimalism, and all of this wealth of information just comes pouring out at them because they've been backlogging it for months and months and months and months and months. And no, they're not an expert, but they'd like to tell you what they know. I wanted to separate her from the other types by giving her a different cadence, a different speech pattern. So that was where that came from. And also the fact that myself and a lot of the other 5's I know, we do this thing. We hoard our information, and then someone pushes our trigger button and we just give you the torrent of knowledge that you didn't know you needed.